Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So it has been, shall we say, a few minutes since the last time I did a vocal quick tip video, but I wanted to come back to you today and do a March quick tip video for our voices. And as with the February quick tip, this is not just for our voices, but for our overall health. I want to start by giving my disclaimer. I am not a healthcare professional. I'm simply sharing with you some old-fashioned natural remedies that I have found to be very powerful and work very well. And I can't take credit for this quick tip that I'm going to share with you because it's been around a long time, for centuries and millennia. Our great-great-great-grand folks use these things to help restore and maintain health. So let's get right to it. Today's vocal quick tip is to get a cup or a mug of hot, not too hot, warm or somewhat hot water, and pull out your spices. I have all kinds of spices here, and just commence to dumping them in there. I do this at the first sign or hint of any bit of cold, flu. If I'm feeling like my throat is starting to feel a little scratchy or a little bit sore, or if I feel a little sneezing coming on, I'm telling you, this has worked wonders for me. I am someone who used to I would catch colds really super easily, and and not only would I catch them easily, but they would hang on forever. That number one. And then number two, I wanted to do this March quick tip at this particular time because, as you know, we've just turned from winter into spring, and that can be a particularly harrowing time for many of us, whether you have allergies or not. Having allergies can make it really a bad and difficult time. But then also, it just can be quite an extra challenge on your immune system, particularly at this time because of the fluctuating temperatures, what happens with the pollen and not pollen yet, maybe pollen, but the barometric pressure and all that stuff that's going on in nature has an effect on our health. And as a result, it can be harder to stay well. So, other than the fact that I used to catch colds really easily, and I have been very blessed, I've been able to overhaul my immune system by drinking more water. As you know, I drink, these days I'm drinking a half a gallon of water a day, and then I also drink green tea every day, and so I get almond milk. So with the other healthy liquids that I take in addition to water, I am getting a good gallon or more of liquids in daily. I do lots of fish, fresh fruit, veggies, raw veggies, etc. So making those changes in my diet over time has really helped to overhaul my immune system, along with making sure I keep my stress down, get the proper rest, and exercise regularly. All very key parts of staying healthy, of course. It's all the stuff that we've been told that we know about, right? So if you're doing all of that, or at least working on doing that, to keep yourself well and healthy, particularly during this time in which it can be extra interesting with the weather all over the place as we settle into spring more and more. Woohoo! Warm weather on the way, yay! You might find that whereas you may have been able to stay healthy throughout the wintertime, which is great if you have been, that this is a particularly challenging time to continue to stay healthy. So what I have found, like I mentioned, is that if I take this old-fashioned remedy of putting spices, various spices, into a cup of warm to hot water, sip it down, at the very first sign, very first hint of getting a cold or illness, it you know what it does? It stops it from even starting, and that's what I love about it. It stops it from even starting. So these days, besides the fact that it's harder for me to get sick because of my nutrition and lifestyle and all that, well, when I do start I do this and it never happens. So I love it, and I wanted to share it with you. Some of these spices, or these spices that I have in front of me right now, are standard. You've got them in your own kitchen cabinets. We've got black pepper, white pepper, cayenne pepper. What is here? Oh, ground cloves, ground cinnamon, which is empty right now. I've got to get some more, but ground cinnamon. This is ginger, ground ginger and garlic powder. I've got turmeric, which is an ancient spice, very, very healthy for many things as well. And I also have apple cider vinegar here. The one thing that I don't have in front of me right now is lemon juice. So I'll take that that cup, or that mug of warm to hot water, and I'll just start dumping this stuff in. I don't measure. Just dump the stuff in here in varying amounts, and I may not use all of these spices. I may use, maybe I use garlic, and I don't have onion powder here. Also, I'll put onion powder in it too. But I pretty much always try to do garlic and black pepper, turmeric for sure. I may or may not do cloves one time. I always try to do ginger and a splash of cayenne. Cayenne pepper. I may or may not do the white pepper. So I change it up. But the point is that I just dump it in there and stir it to make sure all the ingredients are not just falling to the bottom, and sip it. And by the time I have gotten to the bottom of that mug and sipped it, and when I get to the last little bit, stir it one more time just to make sure I get those spices. By the time I finished it, the symptoms are gone, and I just never catch the cold. It's wonderful. I love it. And I wanted to share that with you because there are no side effects. I don't have to get a prescription. It's beautiful. So each one of these spices, as you may or may not already know, are very, very powerful, very good for our immune systems and for our overall health, and for various reasons. They each have varying impacts on our bodies, individually. They're all very, very good for our health. But combined, powerful, very powerful. So that's my March quick tip for you to keep in mind. And as with February, it's not just for March, it's for any time of the year that you might feel that you're starting to catch a little cold, or get a little sneezy, or whatever the case may be. Try this. And what I find is, like I said, if I can catch it right at the very, very first hint, and I remember to get up and do that, I don't catch it. Let's say that you're not where you can get your hands on all this stuff. Let's say you're out when you're away from home when you're first feeling it and everything. As soon as you're able to get this mug of spices going, the better. But if you're not able to do it until a little later or whatever, the other thing that I have found is if I don't catch it right at the beginning, even if I were to catch the cold, it's not nearly as bad as it might have been. It's a much milder cold, I noticed. And likewise, because I've overhauled and really improved my own immune system in general, if I do catch a cold once in a long while, very rarely these days, thank you, Lord. But if I do catch a cold, like I said, I'm barely aware of it. I can feel a little less energy, maybe, a little something here and there. Don't quite have my, same amount of oomph and get up and go, but not nearly. I don't nearly suffer the symptoms that I once did. So still, go ahead and try this. I am recommending to you. See how it works for you if you haven't tried this already. And these are just some spices. You can certainly add others as well. And I think it works beautifully. It works great. One other thing real quickly, for some of these, like the garlic powder, onion powder, if you have actual garlic cloves, of course, even better, crush them, put it in there. Same thing with onion, cut up a little bit, put it in there. My last disclaimer is not disclaimer, but remember, you're taking this for health reasons. You're taking it like a medicine. So It ain't gonna taste delicious. It's not something for you to savor necessarily. Not that it's the worst thing in the world, and it tastes a little different each time because I vary the ingredients and all that. But keep that in mind. You're doing this for medicinal reasons. Take it like a medicine. Sip on it, and I think it'll really help make a difference because it's made a difference for me. So hope that was helpful to you. That is today's March quick tip for overall health and today's March quick tip for vocal health, I want to say. Also, God bless, take care, and I will return again with another video for you. Hope you find this helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you do, and I invite you to subscribe and comment. Also, feel free to comment below. Thank you so much for coming back and visiting me again. I thank my regular viewers, and I also want to say hello and welcome to my new subscribers also. God bless you all again. Take care. Bye-bye.